Welcome back. This is Technics, and I am playing some new stuff. I've been trying to decide what it is that I want to play. I think I'm gonna be playing some of this. I'm not. I haven't always been terribly. I like mods. I do like mods. I like vanilla as well. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about my how I am right now, basically, in vanilla servers, what we're going to do with our vanilla server and blah blah blah. And although I know that there's a lot coming out in 1.11, so we might try to do something like that with a vanilla server. I I've played mods before, um, like a little bit. Like I haven't gotten so deep into it. I have some friends that do mods heavily. I know Spivani does mods heavily. Um, I um, I we went to obviously we went to Minecon this last weekend, and we where one of the panels was the Feed the Beast panel, and kind of motivated me to want to do something. Obviously, I'm gonna do I'm gonna be doing Badge's Patreon server, the crack pack server. Having a little bit of trouble with it right now. I got on and I was doing some stuff, and the I crashed basically. I think it's a me something I did in game and it's a mod. So I'm just gonna start over. I put up a video, but I'm gonna have to start over because um it is uh I can't get it's something to do with one of the mods, I believe. So and they tried to rebooting it and everything. So anyway, what I am thinking of doing is this Infinity Evolved. I've been kind of looking at some of the Feed to Beast packs. Um, I do a little modding myself, like not intensively. I'm trying to come up with some mods. Obviously I was playing with the Little Bits mod, and then that's just like a mod. It's not a mod pack. I'd like to build a mod pack, but anyway, so I've been kind of looking through, and I think I'm gonna go with Infinity Evolved for a while. I'm gonna see how I like it. I'm going to obviously make this a series. So I'm gonna do some modded stuff, modded series. Like I said, I've done some of these, used some of these mods, not so intensively. So I am going to be learning as I'm going. It's not like I'm jumping in and I know how to use all these mods instantly. I don't. So, I already created a world just because I wanted to kind of check real quick and make sure I got something relatively good. I jumped in one and it was dropped me in the desert, and I just wasn't about starting in the desert. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn down some of these volumes right now. Music down. Turn everything down a little bit. And friendly creatures. I'm hearing a bit of a feedback. I don't know if that's gonna show up in my recording or not, but I will fix it if I need to. Oh wait, friendly creatures, hostile creatures. Uh, yeah. So maybe it's just. I think it's just loop back. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna show up in my thing or not, but anyway. So like I said, I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna sort of play with this a bit. I'm going to I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know there's a lot of mods in here. Um, it has obviously lots of tech mods, and I think a few magic mods. I was debating about um, doing mage quest, but I think I want to do something with a little bit more, where I have more options. I might end up taking this world and putting it on my server, and having someone else join, potentially Spalani, because he does do um oh, wait, what is that? So I am going to, okay, here we go. So we're already starting with some bots. Oh wow, it just hats already. So obviously this has hats on it, so I'm just gonna, anything with a hat, I'm gonna kill it. Um, so yes, I'm trying to figure out, I'm debating about what it is that I want to do with my footage from this weekend. Uh, I have a lot of footage, but it's not all completely usable because it's honestly a lot of it is standing in line. There was a lot of standing in line, so um, I I do have a couple things. I have an unboxing, a mine chest unboxing, that I'm gonna put up. It's really short, just because I wanted to sort of, I was in the hotel room and I wanted to keep it brief. And I didn't talk about a whole lot because I was saving for what I was talking about for either this or a Minecraft video. I think what I'm gonna do is just sort of a showcase, a very basic showcase of some of the stuff that we saw at Minecon. Not really like getting too deep into it. I'll probably just, you know, throw up some music um and get okay. I'm hearing clicky, and I'm not sure what that is. I see another hat, but it's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the clicky is. So I think I'm just gonna do some music and just like kind of a bit of a show as to what we were doing, and then um, which leaves the actual stories to just, you know, me telling you while I'm playing. So I think while I'm just sort of doing some of this mindless stuff when I'm getting started, just quickly go over basically what happened. It was an interesting weekend. It was very good. I think definitely the highlight of the weekend was meeting the Minecrackers. And the panel was really good. Obviously okay, this is driving me crazy. I know it's okay. I'm gonna turn this down for a second. See if it's yeah, I'm pretty sure it's whatever. It's one of the friendly mobs. Anyway, so we went to well, first day was pretty easy. It was basically just um you know, we went over, got registered, and then the hermits were, what am I doing? The hermits were doing a bit of a meetup out front, which was kind of cool. So saw Tango, saw Mumbo was completely swarmed by people. And but there were a bunch of other people there. There was like I said, Impulse and Tango were there, which was pretty cool. Then there was I'm trying to think, what else did we do? We the sword. Sorry, just getting through this real quick. Didn't do a whole lot the first day, because we were doing some other stuff. Friend of mine and I, we went to go up to LA to the Edison, which is a cool kind of 20s bar lounge restaurant. And it was pretty cool. Had dinner there. It was pretty nice until the club crowd came in basically, and then it just turned into a club, and it wasn't so much interesting. So we ended up taking off. But day two was I will definitely, you know, you'll see this in the video, but there were lines getting in, and then an enormous like they were packing us in and then taking us on in shifts, and it was just I wasn't expecting them to put the entirety of the attendance in one room, but they had about 12,000, whoever, you know, the 12,000 people that were there were all in for the opening ceremonies, which was crazy. It was a lot of people. Ran around. There were, like, you know, there were panels. Oh, you know, and I forgot to say that, you know, I was already having like kind of a we drove out there, so it was I think I'm gonna build something really quick. I'm gonna build a house real quick because it's getting dark. The drove out there. I said recently I've been in I was in a car accident, and I got a settlement check for my car. I was waiting on that because I was depending on that as part of my funding for the weekend, basically, and been having tons and tons of problems with getting this check deposited into my account, and so that I have access to the money. And of course, when I got out there, I was stressed beyond belief because we got there and my card was declined. I couldn't figure out why. And it turned out that for some odd reason, my bank decided that they wanted to make the funds available quicker to me. So they did some weird stuff where they like overrode the let's see, the wait period. This is gonna be a really ugly like temporary house. There's like always a delay when you deposit a big check. So the funds will make sure funds will clear. But I guess what they did was they wanted to like make it available for me, so they like bypassed it, and then it like the bank like saw or something happened, and they like screwed with them and made them think that it was getting deposited twice or something like that. So I didn't have. They were telling me that I didn't have access to my money. Of course, that was like really scaring the crap out of me because I'm stuck in California at a hotel waiting for this convention, and I have no money. Well, I had some money, but not the money that I was depending on. Hopseed wood. That's actually kind of cool. So luckily, after some bunch of phone calls and a bunch of stressing, we got it resolved. But the kind of delayed a few things, but we ended up kind of getting everything back to normal, and it was cool. So but yeah, so the con was pretty cool. Like I said, the highlight was kind of the Minecraft panel. I really wanted to do the if I can get up here. I really wanted to do the Hermitcraft panel, but they scheduled them at the same time as they scheduled it at the exact same time as did I get wool? No, I haven't gotten wool yet. Shoot, that's what I should have done, was look for sheep. I might have to just find sheep tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, they scheduled it at the same time as the Minecraft and Hermitcraft, and I really wanted to see Hermitcraft, but you know, honestly, like I mean, Mumbo was there, and you know, Tech, and there was a bunch of people there, but honestly, like I think the number of Minecrackers that were there, the panel kind of like outweighed the Hermitcraft. Plus, after already meeting the Hermits in the meetup the day before, it was cool. So we ended up basically going to the Hermit panel, and I will be putting that up. I got it recorded. It was kind of a funky recording. I was a few rows back. It was really bright in there. So, and I was using my new GoPro, and I'm still getting used to it. And so it's kind of a little bit glary, but the audio is pretty good. I'm gonna go through it and make sure it's good, and I'm kind of like fix it up a little bit, and then I will be putting that up, so it will be the entire Minecraft panel. And I know that, like I said, it was really bright. So, and they switched out every 20 minutes because there were so many of them. The first panel, I know Vintage Beef was on there, and he's kind of glowing because he's wearing a white shirt compared to everybody else who was wearing a dark shirt. So, it looked kind of funny, but the audio is good. So that, and I'll try to maybe mess with the video a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. But I will be putting that up as well. So I will be having, let's see, I will do, I'm going to put up my unboxing. I'm going to put up the Minecraft panel, and then I'm going to put up I'm going to try to put together something for the actual experience there with the footage that I have. Like I said, I'm not very like super experienced in recording live stuff at with a camera like that at stuff like that. So I'm still getting better at it. Like, it's not like some people are really just good at doing live stuff. I'm not. So you have to bear with me while I'm kind of getting used to it. And doing that, but I do have the new GoPro, which is kind of cool. So I will be doing more. I will be able to use it for more stuff, unboxings, and when I hopefully when I get back to my little bits, because I do a split screen on my little bits, where I'm actually showing the little bits. That's the other thing that I think is really going to be cool about doing the modded servers. Is that particularly this one, I'm thinking of dropping that little bits, because it is made for 1.7 or 1.710. I was trying to port it to 1.8, but I think I don't know what happened with that. I started to port it, and then like I handed it over to back to one of the devs from Little Bits. And I don't know what happened to that. I kind of lost track. I haven't really been paying attention because I've been busy. But the mod is for 1.710, so I can easily drop it into this mod pack. And I think I was thinking about maybe doing something like that and actually doing some modded, so a little bit stuff with the mod pack, because there's a lot of stuff I can do in here, and I'm suddenly realizing that instead of trying to find mods that I can use with the little bits, or trying to do it even with mostly vanilla content, that it would be really cool to kind of find some techie stuff that I could do, and integrate it with a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. You know what? I'm going to cut right here real quick, and come back when it's daytime, just so I'm not wasting everybody's time. So I will be right back. All right, and it looks like it's daytime enough for some mobs to start bursting in flames. So still have a baby zombie on a chicken, so I'm gonna try to have to take care of him. There we go. There we go. There he is. You coming? Okay. All right. Anyway, so now I need to find a sheep. I need to find some sheep real quick. So I'm gonna look for some sheep. As for the con, let's see. like I said, it was good. We had lots of fun. We you know, the Minecrackers had a meet and greet afterwards. After the panel, which was good. So it was cool. We all, you know, we got you know, autographs and pictures and all that kind of stuff. Got to meet Badge and the rest of the Minecrackers, which I was really excited about. I know Spavani was pretty excited about meeting Beef. And the oh yeah, and I got a zombie head. Like, oh, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. The one thing, it was kind of a debacle. But they are redeeming themselves. Jinx is there. You know, the people that make all the gear for Minecraft and a bunch of other games. They had a store, and of course they had exclusive items. A couple exclusive items. They have an exclusive a shirt, Minecraft 2016 shirt, and then they have a purple sheep plush sheep. So day one, when we finally got over to the expo, the exhibit center that was in one of the big areas, one of the big you'll see it in the video, is there was a huge hall that they set it up in. It was a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. And they had all kinds of displays, and they had, you know, like games going on, and they were showing off indie game makers, and they were, you know, they had one of the panels in there, and they had a bunch of little like biomes where you could go through and like see some of the stuff, and they had the house, and you know, you could punch, there was a place to punch trees and shoot a bow. It was pretty cool. Where's my thing yet? There it is. Jinx was, I don't think, prepared for what would happen with the amount of people there. Basically they had a line that kind of snaked back and forth about 20 times in front of the store, like through ropes. And then from there was another line that went all the way across the exhibit hall and then wrapped back around. And from what I was getting is that the line itself was about a 3-hour line. And so we, ooh, marble. Okay. We decided not to do the line that day. We were debating about it, and the person did warn us that, you know, there might not be enough stuff the next day, which I think honestly is kind of a mistake, especially for exclusive items. I think that you should have enough exclusive items for every attendee. Even, you know, accommodating for, you know, multiple purchases. From what I understand, people were purchasing multiples. I know they were purchasing multiples, and almost instantly they were going up on eBay for, you know, like, you know, the sheep were $20, so they were going up for like $60 plus. I know like the Minecon bag was for like, I saw one for like $1,500 or something like that. People were, you know, outrageously overpricing, you know, these things, but I understand people do it. The problem is that if they only have so much stock and people are buying a whole bunch of stuff, I heard they were limiting it to a certain number, but still, you should still have enough stock for everybody. Or you should check tickets. You know, how many tickets did you buy? You bought 3? Okay, you can buy 3 sheep. So we decided, we did some other stuff, and you know, obviously day one was pretty good because the highlight of the day was the Minecraft panel, meeting and all the Minecrackers. So we were happy. Decided that we were gonna get up early the next day and go to I'm gonna start doing some cobble here. Decided to go the next day, get up early and go and get in line the next day. I knew there was gonna be a line going into the exhibit hall because it opens at 10, so there's gonna be a line, most likely for people going into the store. So we got there the next morning at a little bit before 9, and there was already an enormous line outside of the convention center, leading up to the doors, and so, you know, I was like, okay, I'm committing to this. I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna miss the modding panel. I know I'm gonna miss the modding panel 11. I know Lexmanos was there with you know, talking about like Forge stuff, and I wanted to see it, but it was I was, you know, we wanted to get these sheep. So and the other stuff, you know, we wanted to get. Well, there was only 2 exclusive items. That's the other thing, is I really think there should have been more exclusive items, but whatever, you know, like if you're gonna make people wait in a line like that, like everything that they had in stock was available online, except for these 2 exclusive items, that, you know, were only there. So we went to we stood in line, you know, got to meet some people standing there waiting. Finally, the line started moving at 10 o'clock. We start getting in. And of course, there's also a group of people that decided to go through the line into the building, because you could still go into the building and do and try to go over to the exhibit center inside, instead of like waiting in the line outside. So they thought basically that they were going to go and get in the other way, which was not the way it was not the right way. And so they were not very happy when they were realizing that they were standing in the wrong place, and this line had already gone pretty much the length of the convention center, waiting to get inside. But and they were, you know, and there was a guy that was, you know, saying this is going to be a dangerous situation if you people are thinking about doing what you're thinking of doing. But the line's outside. You need to get in line. So anyway, we got inside. You know, we waited for and the sun had already been coming up, and this is California, and you know, it's like almost 100 degrees. We're sitting outside. We are hot, and we finally get inside and start lining up for the store. And this guy comes around as soon as we get inside. This guy comes around and says, "If you're here for the sheep, we're out of sheep." And so we were all kind of pissed because they didn't, first of all, tell us when we were outside, you know, that that there was, oh, what am I doing? I need cobblestone. That, you know, they could have come by and said, "Hey, if you're here for sheep, we're out of sheep." They could have told us while we were waiting in line. Also, it was kind of stupid because, like, well, I don't know. I mean, I already said that, you know, they should have had more, basically. It was just, and so we're waiting in line. They have these monitors that are showing what they have and don't have in stock. And of course, there's like a ton of stuff that is now out of stock, mostly like sizes for you know, like all kids sizes of the exclusive shirt, half of the women's sizes, almost half of the men's sizes. We're all out of stock. It's like, well, you know, it's beyond me that you should have exclusive items available for everybody. So people were getting pretty pissed. Then of course, Jinx tweeted, "We understand that people are not getting these items, so we're gonna fix it." And they said, "We're putting up a store exclusively for we're basically, what they're gonna do is get the attendees emails, just like how they sent out the capes, I'm sure, and send us emails with links to the shop so that we can buy the shirt and the sheep." So they did redeem themselves, and I really appreciate that. That is pretty cool. You know, I still think that they should have been better prepared and not make people wait in line for hours only to find that there's not not enough stuff. Jesus, that's loud. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna turn this off. Ambient. And miss, you know, we're missing panels. We're missing content. We're, you know, missing get the chance to go around and do stuff because we're standing in line. There's a lot of lines going this weekend, but you know, honestly, like overall, I really can't complain because it was Minecon. It was a good experience. So I'm hoping, I definitely want to go again, but I don't know where next year is going to be. So, you know, it's probably going to be out of the country. I don't think that's going to be a possibility unless it's like in Canada or something like that. But the next year, hopefully, will be something manageable. So yeah, we did do a few panels. We did that were very interesting. Let's see, dense coal ore. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, that's andesite, and then get some more coal here. So, and the rest of it was road trip, basically. We just drove. It was a long trip. We kind of took a little bit more time than expected. With the driving, just because we made stops. And we're kind of being looky-loo at a few places on the way. So we did have a couple late nights. But it was cool. It was a cool trip. So, what I got out of it basically is that I am much more motivated. I really like kind of got my motivation back to play Minecraft. I was kind of lacking it, but I think, you know, especially with this, I think I'm gonna have fun with this modded with this mod pack. And then you know, when I get on badges, the crack pack server, that'll be really cool. So what am I gonna do now? I want to make some torches. I need to start coming up with some ideas. I'm gonna build something a little bit better than this for a house. But I think I'm going to start getting into the showcasing style. Like, I'm gonna start building some stuff. I'm not gonna build everything on camera, obviously. I'm definitely not gonna do all the resource gathering on camera. What am I doing? I need to do but so I think I've done everything that I can do right now. I need to I do need to grab a bunch of resources. I'm gonna start building. Oh, I can do obsidian totem. I can pick with. I do like the little progress bar. That's kind of cool. It's Thaumcraft. Obsidian totem. So I wonder what I can do with that. I don't have to figure out what I can do with that. So I'm going to look through some of this stuff and start coming up with some projects. I am also going to do some resource gathering, and do maybe build myself a little bit better, a little bit bigger, nicer hut to start with. But I will be doing probably some exploration next time, as well as maybe starting a first project. Yeah, so I'm kind of stoked about this, and I hope everybody else is too. Excuse me, everybody else is too. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.